Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to the plains of Poland playing Unity of Command 2 Blitzkrieg edition. So, let's see what we can do. We have gotten the city of Katowice, we've gotten the city of Krakow, we have established a rail link sort of metering behind the Polish lines into the northern territory over here. So this is probably where we want to push up, and we do need to capture the city of Brzara this turn to get a good score here. So I think we're going to probably focus on that, obviously. I would love to get the city of Lodz as well, because that is going to just complete our infrastructure here just a lot, because currently we don't have control. We do have control over this rail line, but it's not linked up to our supply sources, so it would be great to get that. The most direct route would of course be through this forest here, but these guys down here are so strongly dug in that I don't think that is going to be viable. So let's start out over here, and we could actually try to drive into this city just directly, but I'm not sure whether there's not any enemy unit in between this and that city, or even on that headquarter tile itself. So I would like to get some intel on this positioning. Now, there are a couple of alternatives that we could do. We could use our air recon. It's a little bit early, I feel, to be using that, because this is the only use that we have. So I'm not sure that is going to be the best idea. The second thing we could do, and which we might just as well do, is get some emergency supply to this tank unit. That would give it its recon unit, and that does mean we can move up a little bit and be stopped before we enter into any zone of control. That's another alternative. The third alternative, though, is probably going to be the least expensive, and that is we can move up this unit down here and capture a couple of prisoners. Prisoners sometimes do give you intelligence, so let's try to do that. Got a couple of prisoners here, moved up a little bit further. Let's try to advance this way. We could also try to threaten this link over here and start to threaten towards Krakow as well, and that's also kind of tempting. So let's actually check on how the situation looks down here first by advancing this light tank division up along this sector over here. And we have now located an enemy unit in Krakow itself, which is not surprising, but we do want to move onto Radom over time. We've got a good supply line over here. We need to be a little bit careful that no one down here is sort of intercepting that, but I think it's alright-ish. You guys might just try to expand into different directions. So do we want to capture this link over here and potentially repair the bridge so that we can cross into this town over here? Doesn't seem like the worst idea, frankly, but I don't know yet. Likewise, we could try to advance further with this unit, try to spot any enemy zone of control that way, instead of using any of you. Now, you guys could potentially get down here as well over time, so yeah, I think what we want to do then is try to get over here. Okay, there is a unit, but it is not exerting any zone of control because it's too weak, so that is fairly nice. We have got you guys down here. We could likewise move these guys up, but I'm slightly concerned about the supply situation over here. So we might as well try to capture you that way. We're certainly not going to attack with you. So I think we just might as well try to circle around here. Are we going to get supply on that hex? I think we should generally get supply next to any rail link that we've got, right? At least if it's normal terrain, we should be getting some supply over there. So moving over here should give us supply. On the other hand, just let's move down here that way. So kill that unit. That's good. We are getting some supplies here. Let's move up a little bit. Okay, that's nice-ish. So that does potentially allow us you to move over here or there. You guys can't really move any closer than that anyway. So probably the infantry is going to go here, but that's not relevant immediately. The light division here can move to the north. That's not really where we need to be, though. So I think that's going to be alright. We do need to come this way, though. Moving the tank to intercept any town is just not a good idea, just generally speaking. So that's a no-no. Could move you up over there. But basically only this unit here can really hope to get to Brzara directly. Can we take any prisoners anywhere else that would make our life a little bit easier? You guys could attack down here. You'd be relatively likely to retreat. Okay, let's try to get rid of you. That was not as much as I hoped it would be, but guess we can link up over here. We're not getting enough prisoners here to get really some good intel. You guys could try to capture them? Yeah. Okay, let's try to do that. Do we want to move anywhere else? No, I think it's alright. You're a pretty weak unit anyway. Okay, we are getting prisoners, but we are not getting any additional information, so... Yeah, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do some air recon here. No, you know what we're going to do is we're going to get emergency supplies on this unit. I think that's fine. Then we're going to move you up here. We have captured the town. Oh, it was actually in the southern place here, so... Yeah, okay, that was a little bit pointless, but fine. Okay, we have gotten the town here. And we have gotten that city of... Oh, I was slightly concerned because there we see the lots, but that's only the headquarter unit there. Right, so that's interesting. We can get over here, but I think we have actually cut off the Polish supply to the north here, which is kind of interesting to see. Now, it would be probably best to try and maintain that and prevent you from getting any further resupply. We could also just try to make our way over here to disrupt them a little bit more over there. But then again, I think we probably have the best shot by maintaining a good line over here, maintaining good supplies on our side, and potentially start to strike at the City of Lodz next turn. We do need to take it next turn anyway, so I think that would be pretty nice. Unfortunately, they are dug in, and they are in the city, so that will make it somewhat more difficult to try to tackle them. Do we see a chance of striking them out completely? We don't necessarily need to. I mean, our main supply line is now this one. It would be nice to prevent them from threatening us, though. Interesting setup over there. Let's park that for a second. I think we're gonna start by clearing these guys out. Good over there. Clear you. That's fine. Get some more intel there. So that does leave these guys down here. You could move down into this thing and then over here. That would be okay. You could also move into here. So that is something that we'd want to prevent. Interestingly enough, you would be... because you're a veteran and you're just normal, regular type infantry. Okay, got it. I don't want to do any attack where we'd be losing too many points if we can prevent it, though. So let's ignore these guys down here for a second. You guys can move up. You guys can move up. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to sort of bunny hop along that line. I'm not sure whether there's any unit down here that could be attacking us, and there is. Let's get rid of these guys. Get some XP here, that's good too. Good. Right, now you're in supply. We can make sure that no one is threatening the supply line. These guys will be isolated. That's good. Let's get the motorized division then. And I think we're going to move you over here, simply so that we can repair this bridge and potentially get on the other side next turn. You do have some movement points. But it would cost us 3, so we can't. And that is because some guys did move into here. That's alright though, that's alright. Can we move you further then? No. You guys could get over here. We could also try to do some sort of deep strike into their territory here. But the issue is, I'm not sure we do have enough supplies to carry us all the way over there. And you do need to be supplied, otherwise you'd be losing some of your strength. You guys will be resupplied, so that's okay. So I think what we need to do here is move up the infantry. And I want to move it up to a point where I can use these guys. So let's get you over here. We can attack now. We could get you into position to attack next turn as well. Next turn we would have some artillery, which would do us a lot of good. That being said, I think this is a place where we can use our air assets to potentially push them out of the way a little bit. Although, I'm also concerned about the situation down here. We could attack over here and start to threaten Tarnow, and we do need to push up along this route. This is probably the weakest positioning that we have for the moment, so I do not want to ignore that. We do need to make some progress down here. And potentially these guys here are the biggest threat. Can you get into their rear, actually? No, you can't. So you guys could get into their rear, but you'd be out of supply next turn. Although, on the other hand, that's a -2. Okay, let's try to do that anyway. No effect whatsoever. Okay, let's do one over here. 3 suppressed, that's good. That does mean you can attack here. You're going to take some casualties, but it's not too drastic, actually. And that does allow some of our units here to move up. You're considered to be weak, so yeah, even these guys can push over there. Push up further, take more prisoners, lovely. Do like to see that. Good, let's get you over here. And let's potentially get you there. Nice! Nice! We did cut a lot of their rail line over here. And that does actually mean that you guys can move all the way over here, cut these guys off, and still be in supply. That's lovely. Nice. And you guys will not be able to do anything against us actually there. So that's pretty nice, isn't it? Okay, let's get you onto this mountain so that either way you can cut them off a little bit more there. That's really lovely. You could move up a little bit. Do we want that? We could make that happen, but certainly nice that we are progressing so far here. Okay, how far can you guys go? Probably not that far to threaten Krakow, so you guys can advance along this line here. Nice. We've got 2 tanks down here. I think we probably want to move you up along this line here towards that city. We could try to capture a little bit more terrain here just to get more supplies. But I'm not sure that's a good idea. Is there any reason for cutting these guys off? Now the Poles don't have any supply over here. If we take out this position there, or this link, we could actually threaten Lublin. And Lublin by round 4, so turn 4, that's next turn. If we want to have any chance, we might as well try to push over here. Right, let's do that. If they don't put anything on this side of the river, we might have a shot. And that does actually give us some comfort on this positioning down here. So that's okay. You guys might want to be reinforced. So let's actually move you guys up towards this direction down there. That's okay, good. You guys are fine over here. Could attack, but I don't think that is wise at all. Can't move you out though, so that's going to be okay. So that does mean you guys are now going to advance towards, I think, the north over there. Move you into that position. Make sure to lock these guys in. That's good. Move you over here. Maybe we're pushing too many forces to the north, but I'm not sure. Okay, so that does leave 1 air attack that we can use. Now, a lot of these would be tempting, especially down here. These guys too, but I think the most important one is actually the City of Lords. It's tempting, it's dangerous, because it could put the city into ruins. It doesn't do anything. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. Okay, that does mean I want to move up this infantry here, because we have some things to attack these guys then next turn. Now, they are more or less cut off. They are certainly cut off from any resupplies. So that's nice. We potentially want to move some unit down here so that we have a good link there, right? Right. Let's get you down there. Take some prisoners, that's okay. Can't move you out then now. We could still move you about very far. And we are getting some resupply in this general vicinity here. Could have actually moved you over here as well. Okay, let's get you on this other side of the rail line here. That should be enough to counter these guys from crossing. and maintain this line overall. And then we can be a little bit more aggressive with you. So the question is, do we want to attack the headquarter here, or do we want to push back to Warsaw? I think probably the headquarter does make some sense. We are going to get some bonuses from that. Yeah, locating enemy units. That's nice. Okay, there. So there's one over there. So, given that we probably can't advance further than that, I think what we want to do then is make sure that we are going to get some supplies over here. And just generally in this vicinity. So, what happens if we do found a new supply depot over here? That's nice, isn't it? How about if we found one over here? That's still decent enough. And if we do find one over here, it's still going to get over here. And I think going to be a little bit better in this area here. Although that being said, no, this is pretty much the same as this one. So yeah, let's actually build one here. I think that's great. It does give us good amount of supply into that general direction. You guys are going to be out of supply there, but there's basically nothing we can do about that. You guys are all going to be in supply, so that's good. Yeah, but that does mean if we're looking at you guys over here, well, the downside is that we didn't put it on one of our units. So these guys are actually a little bit threatened here. Right, so let's look at the setup over here. You guys, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. So it would be possible to get supplies at least towards over here. Right? You guys gonna get there? Yeah. You can even get over here. Interestingly enough, Warsaw does not seem to be occupied. Well, that's tempting. So, do we want to use you to try to... Well, these guys are probably going to move back, right? They're going to move back and try to reinforce Warsaw. I cannot imagine them doing anything else. And actually, a lot of their supplies flowing from that area there. You guys are fine down here, but I think ultimately we'd probably want to move on to Radon, because that we also need to capture by next turn, which is not that long. So since we've moved pretty much everyone down here, okay, let's get the tank over here, I think. Make sure that we're not losing that depot. And then the motorized unit is going to move all the way over here. Yeah, I think that's alright. That way you'll be able to cross over here next turn, and that's okay. Good. Right. For the units, you're going to move up this direction. That's going to be okay. Anyone else then? You guys. Over here, I think you're alright where you are, so you can stay here. You guys down here are rendering some support. I think we need to move more forces towards the south here, but ultimately over here we just might be able to cross the river towards Krakow. It's not going to be super effective, so let's actually move you just over there. Anyone else? Okay, you guys gonna lock them in. I think you guys could move away, but you just really can't, so that does actually mean probably we can move these guys away, because wherever these guys go, I think they'll pretty out of supply. They can't really threaten us. I mean, the worst they could do is move into here, because these guys are exerting zone of control. So that's fine. Let's move you down towards the south here. Let's move you guys up along the road to Kilicha there. You guys are fine. You guys are fine. You guys can move towards over here. Yeah, infantry is so slow. No on you. No on you. You guys probably into Tano, so that we are a little bit further advanced here. Let's get over there. That's okay, good. You guys find where you are, I think. Don't need to do that attack. Up over here, well, we could try to get into their rear here and mess things up a little bit more for them. Yeah, why not get over here? That's okay. You guys are a little bit weak, but we're going to stay over here just to mop them up, I think. Who else have we got? You guys could move up, but I want to really keep them pinned down there. So I think you guys are fine where you are. You guys... Let's move over here at least. That's okay. This tank unit, you could attack, but why would we? We could also move away from... No, we can't even move away from here. So that's going to be okay. Yeah, you just... No. I don't think we need to do this turn. Fine. 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 We could get the supply depot, I suppose, but why would we? I don't think this is... And you're not even in headquarter range, so we wouldn't be getting any experience from that. So I think that's fine. That's pretty much most of our units that we've moved around over here. Right, so let's see what the Poles are going to do. Oh, do we get any reinforcements? Yes, we do. Lovely. Oh, more infantry over here. Well, that's lovely. Good. That does mean you can move over here. And you can potentially move up as well. Nice. Anyone else? Yeah, another infantry unit that we are going to use over here. And that we are going to use to just advance into the general direction where we need to be. Okay, so last question then is, before we hand it over to the enemy, now you are supplying this area over there. And that's all very dandy, but do we actually have any unit in this area here that is marked with a 1? Yes, I do think we have someone over there, but not really over here. So that does mean we can potentially get down here. Oh, that's this. So anyone basically on this side of the river, isn't it? There's no one there that we need to supply. So I think we can potentially reduce that by at least 1 step. Probably not 2 steps because of all of these units here, but 1 step is fine. And that does give us a truck next turn that we can then use to set up something else. Be it down here, be it up here somewhere, or just increase that one. I think that's fine. Good. Right, let's hand it over to the Poles. See what they are going to do here. They are actually attacking. I have rarely seen that level of counterattack. Okay, you are disengaging there. As are you. Blowing bridges. That does prevent us from grabbing Lublin, the bonus objective. Headquarter withdrawing? Headquarter withdrawing down there. Interesting, interesting. That's really intriguing. Well, we are getting some stragglers, which is not good because that does mean we are going to get some level of fatigue on these guys. So yeah, you can see they already used 2 of their units. So we should try to get you... Okay, you can cross over here, but you can't use the bridge. You guys cannot make it to Lublin at all. Yeah, there's just no chance of capturing Lublin. That's unfortunate. Now we can try to re-establish this bridge down here, but it's probably not going to work until next turn. So that does mean... I don't think it's going to be that useful. You guys could attack here, but we could also try to use a sad piece attack, which does reduce their entrenchment level. And I think that is a good idea. Not too concerned about this unit. These guys have recovered some of their strength. So that's lovely. And as I read that, you can actually make it into Warsaw, right? So that's great. That is the bonus objective. And I think we're going to be able to do that pretty convincingly, actually. We could actually move you guys right in there. So that's nice. But I do think we need to swing south, and we do need to capture Lodz this turn. And Radom in 2 turns. Which is not to be negligible, not to be disconsidered at all. Right, okay, let's try to move you guys up over here along this rail line. You're not the strongest unit anyway, and you can't attack anything this turn anyway. But I do want to find out whether there's someone in this city. There is not. There's probably going to be someone in these hills or woods on the way to Radom. There's no way for us to find that out except by using air recon. Does that bear any relevance on this attack at all? Only if we need to move this motorized unit. So I think we can actually start with this thing over here. The only other alternative is using any air support here. Right, okay, you guys are out of supply this turn. And we don't even get supply into hills adjacent to this. So that's a no. How far can we get up here? You guys are actually surprisingly slow. Well, let's try to advance along the rail line. Huh. I would have expected them to sit somewhere along this line. They're down here. They're going to try to strike us at least. We could come down here and start to attack them. We could move up here and try to attack them as well. It would be tempting to capture that already now, and it would certainly open the way towards Lvov as well. Although they're probably going to blow up that bridge. These guys would be out of supply for a single turn here, so that would probably not matter that much. If we moved over here... How far can you get otherwise? All the way over there. Or even into here. Okay, you know what? Let's get over here. That way we are cutting them off there. They cannot cut this rail line now. At least not over here. Not over there either. They could cut it somewhere down here. That's not going to matter that much. So, yeah, let's do simply move you forward. Everyone here should be in supply. Well, except for you. But I think it's going to be alright. It's just going to be a single turn. Even for these guys, even if they were cut off from something over here, that would still only be a single turn out of supply. So that would not be a big issue. So that's fine. Probably you guys can clear that down here as well. You're not actually in headquarter range. That's slightly unfortunate because we'd be getting some experience after, otherwise. Yeah, I do think we want to upgrade our headquarter range over time here. It's just not nice that we can't do that. Okay, let's try to do a set piece attack here. We can bring up... Can we bring up any other infantry? No, pretty much not. Okay, nevertheless, them losing their entrenchment I think is going to be of huge importance here. Reach is good, and they've even lost a little bit of their entrenchment. Sorry, their unit. So that's good. That does enable us to be much more aggressive here. And I think we definitely want to use at least one of our attacks here, hoping to not turn the city into ruins. And we did not, so that's good. 100% chance to retreat. Yes, please. Good. Can you move in? No. Can you move in? Yes. Do we want you to move in? Well, that would leave us open on this flank. Is that important, really? No, there's no objective here that we do need to take. So, frankly, I'm going to be fine with you taking that. And then moving out here and capturing some prisoners. Lovely. Okay, so we have gotten the city. We are actually now putting some supply that way. That's great to see. So, that's actually fairly fantastic. I did not expect them to be so effective over here. Now, you guys could try to do some attacks over here, but why would we? Headquarter range is good enough. We're definitely going to do some attack down here. Get them to lose some of their strength. Move up a little bit, get some more prisoners. Capture some terrain over here. That's all going to be very nice, isn't it? Okay, more prisoners over there to be taken. Great. Are we getting more units, actually? Yeah, down there. Well, that's lovely, okay, but not really relevant to the area up here now. So, probably let's actually move you up first. And take these guys out. Which you did relatively well. You guys can move over here. do an attack, get an overrun, get them to withdraw, get over here, finish them off, move into the city, get more prisoners. Lovely, I think. Right. You can't get over here and take more prisoners because there are just too many of these guys. But you'll be alright. You'll be a little bit out of supply, but only for a single turn. These guys will not be able to move anywhere, so that's good. That does basically mean you guys can't even mop up there, so we're just going to move you forward. And that's going to be alright. Good. I like it. Nice. Yeah, and you guys actually supplied by that rail line, so that's good too. Good. Okay, that does leave the big question. What are we going to do around Radom? They have a lot of units here. And to get that by turn 6 is going to be a challenge, to say the least. But we can cross over here. We don't need to move up anywhere over here. That's okay. We have potential to take Warsaw with some other means. You guys can't cross down here anyway. So that's going to be alright. Maybe move you? Can we move you into Warsaw? No, so we actually don't have that many units who can make it into Warsaw itself. Let's take Germania over here. Nice. Good. Lots of prestige. We did take it. We do need to hold it, but we did take it. The Leicester division over here. Can you actually move into here? Yes, you can. Okay, we've got an enemy unit here. And we've got some troops there that probably would want to reinforce. Want to capture. Right, that's okay. You guys, I think we want to move you down here. Simply so that we can repair that that bridge at some point. I think that would be fantastic. Now, speaking of the bridge, we probably don't have that many points. No, we don't have enough points. Yeah, we're getting too many strengths, but we did need to do that set piece attack. Otherwise, the air attack wouldn't have been that useful either. So that is a bit of an issue. We've got this proper panzer division, so I think what we want to do here is move up to here. How's the supply actually looking? Yeah, you should be getting on the hill, right? Okay, yeah, let's take this panzer division, move it over here. Strengthen our attack against these gentlemen there. But we do need to move up our headquarters as well. So we do have 2 points left. Do we need to do any set piece attack? I don't think we have any that we want to do. No retreat, definitely not something that we want to do. Do we want to assist anyone with a river crossing? Yeah, just no. Down here? No one? No, I think we can't do that. Okay, so that does mean we just probably want to move you up anyway. So that you guys are going to get some support here. It's just barely reaching to that, though. So yeah, but we will be able to repair this bridge next turn. Let's get over here on this side. We can't get any further than that, though. You're not going to be in supply, but we will be getting some supply over there anyway, so that's going to be alright. You guys can't really make it down there. Let's move the infantry up towards Radom, because that is going to be a challenging target, I feel. Get rid of these guys down here. Move into there, capture these prisoners. Speaking of capturing prisoners, you're going to get them. That's nice. These guys are more or less eliminated. That's good. We have moved up everyone over here. Yes, we have. So we did get a new unit down there, I think. Yeah, let's take you into here, I think. And then we can try to advance. They might have some defensive power over here, but we just might have... Yeah, they do. We could try to attack them. Are they actually in supply? They are. Curious. Yeah, just by this depot over there. That's going to be alright. Yeah, we are not going to be in supply, though. It's alright, though. Right. Interestingly enough, we can push through here, but we can't really make it anywhere close to Lublin. So yeah, I think the big question is really, can we get to Radom, and just how far can we get to Radom? And I think we'll just need to push up this tank. Okay, the good thing is we did make it all the way over here, which is nice, but other than that, okay, you guys probably want to make your way over there as well, because that's going to be tough. That's going to be... We do need to take that in 2 turns. That's not going to be immediately, but it's going to be sooner than I would have liked that to be. Especially since we don't really, since all of these bridges here were blown up, our relative success here in the north just doesn't matter that much if we can't ensure that we're going to be able to take them. You guys can actually finish them off. Nice. Can you move up further? No. Can you move up further? No. You guys could capture all of these guys there, but again, it's just not that meaningful. With that being said, let's do take prisoners. It is going to help our score. Yeah, but other than that, I do think we want to push you down here to the south. I can't move you into there, can I? We could move you there, but you couldn't be reinforced. So, yeah. Let's do move you south again then. We're fairly confident that we can hold Warsaw this way. But down here, what are we gonna do? You guys will somehow need to make your way over here, I think. Are we gonna capture that hex though? I don't think we are. You guys are all kind of way too far. And that's the typical German conundrum, just outrunning your infantry support. Yeah, you might do some things over here, but nothing too critical, I think. Yeah, okay, so that does mean I want to use my air attack against these guys. At least start to make some progress here. Can you advance further? No. Still, that's 4 divisions. That's still extremely significant forces. But that does mean you can now make it all the way over here. And I think that that is probably what we want to do. Yeah, at least you'll be linked up to the supply. So that's not going to be an issue. And we do have a proper Panzer division here on towards Rodon. That's good. Do we want to cross over here? Now the good thing is we could attack then. The bad thing is we would be out of supply next turn. So we could attack this turn and next turn. That's alright. We are on turn 4. We could attack on turn 4 and 5. Alternatively, we could wait just 1 turn. You know what, let's get over here so that we have at least the other side of the river as well. We could actually attack this turn. It would not be a disastrous attack. How are they getting supply? From there. Well, we can't cut this bridge. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm feeling fairly confident here. That, well, I would really love to build that bridge. Repair that bridge, rather. Lublin by turn 4. Nope, not gonna get it. Lvov by turn 8. That is maybe more for potential. You guys done your turn. Okay, you guys are starting to look a little bit like you can finish them off. Not that it's that meaningful by this point. Yeah, the big question is, what can we do to support this attack on Rodom here by the headquarter? And the big issue are these blown up bridges. We are not going to get any supply to you in any other way. It's actually unfortunate that we are going to lose the supply on you there. Can of course try to do some other things here with the truck network. We could either support you more strongly. That would give us more control over here. Although I don't really think that that is going to be that critical. So I think we'd rather have some supply down here. Yeah, let's actually build a supply depot down here. That is going to give us some capabilities here of increasing supply in these general directions. Now, let's also look at the supply depot down here. You guys are, I think at this point, not actually supporting any unit in the field. Except for maybe you. But you're adjacent to a rail line, so that should not be that important. So we can actually draw down on these trucks here, and I think we'll be alright. And that does give us some flexibility of building up these depots that are a little bit closer towards the front. Good, I like it. Where are we going to get you? Feels a little bit meaningless to put you up if we know that the bridge is not going to be ready. But since we can't make it all the way down here anyway, so let's actually move you into that direction, and you guys can try to get down there. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's alright. And I'm slightly annoyed by these people over here. So I really want to bot them, but I don't want to take casualties when it's unnecessary. That being said, which units should we actually bombard? We could attack them down here. Issue is we wouldn't be able to really win against these guys anyway. But attacking down here is there's no point doing that. It doesn't fulfill any objective. Attacking down here doesn't do us any good. I would love to attack these guys, but I can't because they're not fully visible. We could attack down here. Over here, no point doing that. Over here, yes, this cavalry is slightly concerning, but then again, not really. So the issue is, if we attack Radom, it would weaken them, but it could put the city into ruins. Are we going to take that risk? You know what, let's do it. 2 suppression, that's not bad. Okay, let's try to attack here. It is actually getting them to retreat, but we can't capture the city now. Nevertheless, it's a good development for us, because it forces them to change their units and set up a little bit. That being said, this episode has gone long enough, so I think since we have finished this turn, let's put in a cut here and see what is going to happen next turn. I'm fairly confident we have taken 3 out of 5 objectives and a bonus objective. We're going to fail on 1, but I'm a little bit optimistic on the last one. Let's see about that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope to see you around next time.